The Green Bay Packers get their first win in the month of November, but it did not come easy. 27-20 was your final score against a New York Giants team that's won 2 games all season, was playing their third-string quarterback with an interim head coach at home, but hey, still, the Green Bay Packers able to walk away victorious. A win is a win, but it does feel like there's something wrong with Green Bay through 11 weeks in this season. Josh Jacobs, I do want to mention, we do have to discuss that he did leave today's game in the second quarter with a knee injury. He did not return. He was not the only Green Bay Packer to leave a game with an injury. Jordan Love left the game with an injury. Romeo Doubs, Zach Tom, all 3 of those guys came back, though. Josh Jacobs did not, so we'll try to keep you as updated on his injury status as we can through the rest of this week. Hey, the Packers are back in the win column, and whether it was pretty or not, you should be pumped up. I know I am. If you are as excited as me, hit that thumbs up button, like today's video if you are glad to get another win. Again, first one in the month of November. My takeaways. Number 1, someone made a play. And this is what I felt was lacking in your last 2 ball games. The loss against Philadelphia, the loss against Carolina. It was just somebody not stepping up and making a big play in a big moment. And you got that both offensively and defensively in the final 4 minutes of the game. Evan Williams coming away with that awesome interception in the end zone against Jameis Winston. Sure, it may have been an easy interception. Maybe me or you could have intercepted that ball. But still, at the end of the day, man, he made the pick. He made the play. Live interceptions dropped in this game. I'll talk more about that later. Then Christian Watson on the other side of the ball. Not only do you drive down the field late, tied, but coming out of a timeout on 2nd down and long, Jordan Love throws a beautiful ball to Christian Watson, who absolutely mosses his defender on his head and comes down with a touchdown catch. Beautiful ball, beautiful catch, beautiful play made. And again, this is what has been missing. That is what was missing from the game against Philadelphia. Nobody was making a play. The defense got stops, but there weren't any plays being made in the last 2 ball games. There were some plays made today. I will say, we're going to start positively, and then we're going to go a little bit negative. It seems like complimentary football with this football team is just non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. Okay? You saw it against Philadelphia. The defense played their guts out, and the offense could not get anything going. And I felt like it was a little bit of a reverse today. The offense showed a little bit of life, and the defense almost got 4 touchdowns scored on them. They got 3 touchdowns scored on them by a Jameis Winston-led offense without their 2 best wide receivers. Malik Neighbors, Darius Slayton, not playing in that football game. Wan'Dale Robinson, Tyrone Tracy, and Jameis Winston put 3 touchdowns on you. Inexcusable, in my opinion. But then when the defense does make a stop, like when the offense was up 20-13, offense gets the football back, and then what happens? 3 and out. Automatically gives the ball back to New York. It just always seems like either both sides are playing mediocrely or one side is playing phenomenal, the other side is playing mediocre. And you can never get them both on the same page, and it is just so gosh dang frustrating. Another thing that was very frustrating were the drops. So many drops. 7 on offense, I believe, and 4 dropped interceptions on defense. That's right. 4 dropped interceptions. Carrington Valentine dropped 2. One of them on the opening drive of the game. Another one on another one of their touchdown drives of that game. Just dropped right in his hands. Boop. Couldn't catch it. And I love Carrington Valentine. But such a big part of this ball game going into it was saying, hey, Jameis Winston's going to put this ball in harm's way. We know Jameis Winston to do that. He's done that his entire career. You're going to get your chances, and they did not capitalize on them. Sure, they did late, but they did not before that final drive because Javon Bullard also had a ball that hit him right in the hands, and Isaiah McDuffie just absolutely bulldozed him, made him drop it. Keyshawn Nixon had a deep ball covering Jalen Hyatt that it looked like Jameis Winston says, look, I'm going to drop this into the breadbasket for Keyshawn Nixon. Nope. Drop. 4 dropped interceptions. And then offensively, so many drop passes. Romeo Doubs was back in Romeo Doubs form that we've seen him over the past couple of years. Dontavian Wicks had a couple of bad drops. Luke Musgrave might be the worst tight end in football. He had some horrible, horrible drops. And so that is just, it's inexcusable. Because then people look at it and they say, man, Jordan Love was bad this game. Look at Jordan Love's completion percentage. Look at Jordan Love yards. Well, guys, he had 7 dropped passes. That's a lot. And so, just so many things to fix. But offensively, in my opinion, where you can start is drops. Because I thought you ran the football pretty well for the first time this year. You just could not catch the ball. What's your one-word reaction to Green Bay versus the Giants? You let me know in the comments section down below. Weigh in with your answer, and we'll tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's show. Let's take a quick break because we got to tell you about the awesome sponsor of today's show, and that is our great friends at Underdog. Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Let's cut to the chase. If you download the app today and sign up with promo code PackersReport, you score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. My Underdog lineup for Giants, Packers, higher. Josh Jacobs, 3.5 receptions. Lower, Wan'Dale Robinson, 5.5 receptions. And Jordan Love, higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Download the app. Sign up with promo code PackersReport. Score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code PackersReport. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing good terms_DFS.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-Y or text open 1-467-369. We got to talk about the defensive line for a second because this was another game with just no pressure. Micah Parsons had that late, strip sack, which was awesome on the Hail Mary heave. But other than that, he had a couple of quarterback pressures and a half sack. Rashawn Gary was kind of non-existent. Kingsley Enagbare, Devontae Wyatt. And this is the 3rd game in a row. Guys, you've gotten 1 sack in your last 3 ball games. I guess technically 2 with that last play on Jameis Winston. 2 sacks in your last 3 ball games. And one of them was on a last-second Hail Mary heave, okay? So that needs to get fixed because this was one of the biggest things about your football team the first 4 weeks of the season. That's why you were winning games. That's why you were playing good football because your defense was getting pressure. But unfortunately, that is just not a thing. And it hasn't been for the last few games. Number 5, this is where we'll wrap up. I'm a little concerned about this offense. 27 points, I'm happy about that. I'm not going to be mad with 4 touchdowns, especially with how it's looked. But gosh, just so much inconsistency, not a lot to be real excited about. And it's just like, it looks hard. It looks really hard for this team to move the football. And I cannot pin down why. I genuinely can't. The New York Giants have let up 30 or more points in 4 of the last 5 games they've played. And you couldn't get there. I wanted to get there, you didn't. And obviously, better than the last couple of games you've played. You scored as much combined in the last couple of games, but still, it just looks a lot harder than it needs to. Against a bad Giants defense. Grade the Packers' performance against New York, A, B, C, D, or F. You let me know in that comment section down below. With that, we're going to get on out of here. Appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate everybody who joined us on for our watch party. It was a blast, and look forward to seeing you guys later tonight and then again tomorrow morning.